Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy A1 Solution. We are going to be talking about TikTok and also Call of Duty. But before I get into the video, I do want to say something very, very interesting. And I don't know if this is like a theory. I don't know if this is actually happening. But if anyone has noticed, when you're watching a YouTube live stream, I've noticed that when you watch the live stream, like actually live, you get less ads. Because I swear, like, because I don't know if it's just like gaming or what, but when I watch a live stream, for example, this Mario Kart stuff I was watching, and I literally get an ad for 5 seconds, and then I can skip it. But then when the video is like not live no more, and the video is just like published and it's just there, you get more ads. You get like 30-second ads and stuff like that. So I do have a weird theory that watching live streams on YouTube is more beneficial than watching a live stream when it's like done, which sucks to say. I don't know if this is true, by the way, so take this with a grain of salt. I just felt like sharing that. So here we go, man. Call of Duty World War II servers had an emergency shutdown just days after it got added to Game Pass. Many players claim they had control of their PC stolen in the middle of their matches by hackers. Boy, oh boy. This is not surprising. You know, Call of Duty, they don't really update these games, and I think the one thing they messed up on was dropping this game without having any maintenance. Or obviously, you know, this is not my critique, you know what I mean? This is not something I follow anymore. I used to follow Call of Duty a lot. Like, I watch like Nero Cinema and Blame Truth and stuff like that. That's why I got the whole Blame Truth thing wrong a long time ago, because there's a dude named Blame Truth, which is funny. But you know, this is nothing surprising to me. You know what I mean? Call of Duty, you know, has fallen off. You know what they do? I mean, they got like this weird, like, they're following Fortnite. They follow trends and stuff like that. But anyways, though, I do not like Call of Duty no more, and yeah, this is the thought. This is the thought to be an RCE exploit, something that can pose a security risk to players and likely resulted in an emergency shutdown. So it says right here, this is what Grok said. Hackers exploited a remote code execution (RCE) vulnerability in Call of Duty World War II's PC version, especially on Game Pass, allowing them to remotely control players' computers during matches, opening apps, typing in Notepad, or worse. This stems from peer-to-peer networking flaws. Activision shut down the servers to fix it. Like, dude, how does this happen? You're a multi-million-dollar, I don't know if it's a billion-dollar company, I don't know, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Go research it. Sorry, I'm not here to educate you with this, but I do find it interesting that it's pretty well known that Call of Duty has had these issues before, and the fact that they drop this Call of Duty and it's just a total piss-on shit show, it's like, what are we doing? Like, this was like something I was like, I can see happening. It's just I don't pay attention to Call of Duty no more. I used to play Call of Duty until Fortnite came out, and then once when Fortnite came out, I was obsessed. Dude, I was playing Fortnite every single day. They had the building and all this stuff. Like, it was just so different. And then Call of Duty, like, you know, they're following trends. They're like getting all these like characters in their game. It's not gonna make their game better, you know, just because you got Beavis and I mean, they got a lot of cool people in that game. But it's like, that's just my opinion, though. My opinion. And there's a lot of people that definitely agree with me on certain things, because I do follow people that talk a lot of bad things about these games, which, you know, I disagree with some, because, you know, there's definitely people that work on these games, and I do care about people's paychecks and stuff like that. But there's also issues like, what is this game? What are we doing? Like, what is this crap? What is this AI stuff? We're using AI to make maps now. It's just a lot of things, right? But the Call of Duty stuff, definitely something I you know, saw coming. And then there's people, we'll read some comments here. Call of Duty is Microsoft's way of congratulating hackers for their intelligence. It's obviously a PSYOP game. Wait till it's a VR war training. Maybe it's time for Call of Duty to work on an actual anti-cheat instead of just acting like one they have does instead of just acting like the one they have does anything more than politically asking the hackers, please don't. Maybe it's time for Activision to support bug fixes in their games and get them taken care of immediately. Who am I kidding? They won't ever do that. It make too much sense. Exactly. Like, see, like, this is something Call of Duty's had for going on for a while, and this does not surprise me. But I did not think it would go this far, because I've had Blame Truth, because I was watching Blame Truth stuff, and he was talking about how people would play Call of Duty and their game would just crash. You know what I mean? It would just keep crashing. There's a lot of things. You know, I haven't been keeping up, but I did want to share this. And now we also have TikTok. So a lot of people know that TikTok needs to get sold, which kind of sucks. I do like TikTok. I like the algorithm. I just don't use it as much as I want to, more so. It's because I know this is going to happen. I know something's going to happen to TikTok, and the algorithm is not going to be the same. I don't know. That's just my theory, more so, but that's just what I feel. I feel like it's not going to be the same. Because, you know, they stated, the dude stated that owns TikTok, or the dude that talks for TikTok, the guy that, you know, I forget his name, but, you know, he said that they're not going to keep the algorithm for them, you know what I mean? So I don't know if, like, the US version will be like a light version, you know, a light version of TikTok, and it'll be like partially of what TikTok is, but it's not going to be as good. It's going to be like a dumbed down version of it. It's going to suck, and I don't think it's going to be as good. That's just my opinion. Because, I mean, like, what can they do? You know what I mean? You're going to have a US version, so what's going to be different? There's going to be something different, and I really wonder what it's going to be, and it's probably going to be algorithm. That's my theory. Not opinion. Take with a grain of salt. Don't believe it, but it could be something that could happen because they definitely have talked about that. So this is definitely happening. September, TikTok will release a US only on September 5th, and I think TikTok will have you have to go, like, you're gonna have to mandatorily, or you're gonna be forced, pretty much. You're gonna be forced to get this by next year. I think in 2026, I forget what month it is, but in 2026, the real TikTok app is going to disappear, and you're going to get this US one in time. So it's gonna be there. Like, you're gonna be able to use the regular TikTok until 2026, whenever the month is. I forget, but there's that. So yeah, I just felt like that was very interesting stuff to talk about, you know, something to share, you know, just in case people don't use X or whatever, or whatnot. Yeah, so overall, Call of Duty servers poop in the bed. They had to disband it, shut down the servers, which should have never happened. I mean, stuff like this should never happen. Call of Duty is well known to have hackers roaming, and then obviously the TikTok, you know, definitely expected. I didn't think they would get a whole nother app, though. That's something I did not see coming. I thought they were just gonna, like, you're gonna have the app, and then maybe, you know, I don't even know, because honestly the whole point was to sell TikTok, right? So I think they found a middle ground where, hey, like, instead of selling TikTok, why don't you guys just make a US-based TikTok, and you guys get the data, you guys get the privacy, so it's pretty much like the same thing, but instead of all the information going to, like, the TikTok company or whatever, it probably goes to, like, a US company. That's probably what's gonna happen. I don't know. Not my critique. Again, not my critique. And again, Call of Duty, I mean, I didn't see something like this happening, but obviously they have a cheaters issue. You know, cheaters. I mean, like, it's not, but there's also a thing called Cronus Max. I'm gonna pop up a screenshot of that. So, like, there's stuff like that, and there's people, and I don't know if I talked about it. I think I talked about it for, like, a really quick second, but there's people that have built-in custom-made Cronus Maxes that are inside your controller that you can't even detect. So
there's no shot this guy's a Cronus inside his
cheating,
controller.
bro. Look, I'm going to go change his sticks to fix his stick drift. He's got to go.
Literal Cronus.
He's cheating.
In his controller. This is the older model, but still.
His email said that he plays Warzone and he needs a stick drift fix.
What point is that even soldered to?
I don't know, but he's cheating in
Dude,
Warzone
the Chiefs
for sure.
are getting real out here.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Dude, like, you can't even tell. Like, you can go to a tournament, and they might need to start doing this for tournaments too, because they're probably gonna have to, like, open up people's controllers, because it's definitely happening. People are trying to hide cheating, and that's something that's happening online daily. I mean, I'm very curious how many YouTubers are cheating online. I'm not throwing no allegations or accusations, but I'm just saying that this stuff is definitely possible. I don't know. I'll tell you right now, I do not know who is cheating or who is what, because I don't pay attention to that. But what I do pay attention to is these articles, and something is going on. And there's a lot of cheaters out there. There's a lot of people using like this. It's not. I don't know if you would call it an aimbot, but it's to help you aim better. You know what I mean? You're able to tune it. You're able to get like take away like the recoil. It's just It's crazy. It's really crazy. And long story short, all these things I saw coming. Some didn't. You know, like the TikTok like US app. Like what? That's gonna be weird. I mean, I suggest staying off World War II. Do not download that game. And I don't even know why you would want to download the game. In my opinion, I just don't think the game is good. I think the game is kind of... It got better. It definitely got better throughout in time, you know. But when the game first dropped, oh my God, bro. When this game first dropped, it was terrible. Bro, it was terrible when Call of Duty World War II came out. Obviously, you know, the whole, like, you know, the room thing where there's, like, communities and you see people walking around, and you can also watch people, like, open up supply drops and stuff like that, which is a cool idea, which is awesome. It's like an open world, but a small world. It's like small world, but open, you know what I mean? It's just, it was cool, but the game, I just don't see why people would want to play this. But at the same time, people have their own tastes, and, you know, I will not fight you on this. You can play the game if you want. I just think the game is just not the best. I mean, I'd rather play one of the newer games, and I hate to even say that, because the newer games, I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. And I'm at Call of Duty needs to stop doing yearly releases. Call of Duty needs to fix their skill-based matchmaking. And Call of Duty needs to stop paying attention to all the bundles they're doing and all these things they're doing, and you know, just make some great games. Take a couple of years off, polish up the game, fix all the bugs, let a game drop without bugs. I'm tired of having games drop and there's bugs in the game. It's just unacceptable. This company has more bugs than games that are like from like indie developers. Like these people, there's like 4 people working on the game, and the game is barely buggy. It's like, how is that even possible? And you know, yeah, man, I've seen this dude named Mark of J, and he literally quit Call of Duty during Modern Warfare 2019. That was a terrible game, by the way. Dude, I'm starting to get PTSD, like crazy PTSD. But that game was absolutely terrible. It was terrible. It was a disgrace to Call of Duty. Long story short, and a lot of people know that. A lot of people understand that 100%. I've seen thousands of comments every single day in people's videos that I watch, so I know there are people who agree with me. And knowing YouTube, people's gonna push knowing YouTube, they're gonna push out this video to people that disagree with me. That's what these algorithms do nowadays. Also on TikTok, there's actually, before I go, I got one more thing I want to talk about. On TikTok, there's something on TikTok where, and this is why I think YouTube needs to disband their whole seed audience thing. Like, hey, let's push all our notifications to our subscribers first. But a lot of these people just, it's not that your content's bad. It's just that people that are getting notifications don't care for your content, even though they have the notifications on. And this is what I'm getting to, is on TikTok, there was like people talking about like these high-end people, they have like a lot more viewers than me, all that stuff, but they're talking about it, and they're saying that TikTok is pushing people's videos out to the haters, people that don't like you or whatever. So there's like a setting, I don't know where it is, I'm sorry, but if you could try finding it maybe, but there's a setting where you can turn off, and your videos will actually get pushed out to the people that should be getting your videos. You know what I mean? Not the people that don't like you, you know, they have their notifications on and stuff like that. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. But yeah, long story short, TikTok new app coming this year, next month or September, whatever September is. Sorry, I'm blanking. And then it's also closing next year, the main app. Call of Duty hacking accusations. They are, bro. They're here. They've been here. Not surprised. Not surprised. I still do like Fortnite so much better. I don't like it as much, but just because I don't play it no more, man, Fortnite was just so much better. And plus the characters in there. Obviously, that doesn't make the game better, but it's just nice. But they both have good skins in both those games. But long story short, yeah, there's the Call of Duty bugs, the hackers, the TikTok, and also all the other stuff I talked about. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like the video. My name is A1 Solution. We out here bursting fuego, chewing bubblegum, kicking butt, saving the day. Knowing is half the battle. This is your boy A1 Solution. It was a little bit of mumbo jumbo. But also, before I go, make sure you go check out my Little Nightmares playthrough. I have a playthrough. It's a little shorter than usual because I missed out on a couple of the footages because I did not think I was gonna drop it. I just dropped part 1. I kept it there for probably a few good days, and I'm like, should I drop this? Should I not drop this? I don't know. But go check out the finale, and that's the end of the game. There's commentary, there's face cam, and I also have a new game I will be sharing in a couple days. So you should get ready to cry. I've read the reviews, and in the beginning of the video, I'll show you all the reviews, all the proofs that people need, because guess what? People felt what we're gonna feel, so make sure you get ready. Grab a snack, grab a blanket, grab a little cookie or something like that. Get a little juicy fruit, and sit on down when I drop this video in a couple days. This video's dropping tomorrow, and then all that stuff. So anyways, though, like, subscribe. See you later. A1.